Prepare for battle.
Oh, I mean, Tsunami said forget the scores, but I'm not sure if I can hear miCKe, because yesterday Trent said that we could have a toilet bowl here, right, with 2 teams at 0. But I look at it this way. If Liquid win this series, we've expanded the toilet bowl. It's now the 3-point mark, where just Error and currently Alliance are both sitting. And both these teams, by the way, only 2 series left to play.
Thing is, you just want a bigger toilet bowl.
Yes, you know, it's easier. It's easier to hit it on the spot when it's bigger, and well, ooh, big hits in the boxy. Hello.
Killing anything? I don't really understand what's going on.
I don't know. I think that was the like I was looking at either way, right? Like either he's saving it for him to get the kill, soul rip, or that he's still saving it for him to get the kill with a punch.
Yeah, and generally, I think, you know, you don't really want to give yours. I actually think in this scenario, it's not dying. He's gonna get.
The battle begins.
It's gonna be really nice in double melee.
Really? You just did that?
Yeah, and also already a boost. Not only that kill, but also 3 runes going the way of Alliance. In Liquid, they have gone for the classic Spectre Storm combo, but to piece it together in this offlane, a hero that we haven't really seen succeed on average in the, I want to say, the last 2 months or so, which is Legion Commander.
Yeah, the last time I saw Boxy play it looked a bit. We're kind of bringing it back here. You know, there's some nice dispels for the Lion, of course the silences as well.
You mentioned another one that we've seen and criticized, but we've watched actually succeed, the pos 4 Lion. Actually kind of catching people off guard. Is that just because it doesn't get picked so often?
Yeah, I mean, the hero just, it feels kind of awkward, right? It's like no wave clear on this hero, you know, so you get Axe, and it's a very squishy support. Early levels, it doesn't offer all that much. There are many reasons. But, you know, this game, he is against the Spirits. He has some nice...
Denied.
That's true. Like, they didn't really have an instant lockdown before they had this line. Like, you've got the silence from Limp if he gets out in time, but nothing that's going to deal quick for as he scales later on to, like, DKB.
Yeah, I think this game is kind of interesting, like, draft-wise. It's kind of... It's just like there's a bunch of these on Alliance. Obviously the Fatal Bonds and Spectre become very difficult. They do have a much enough, you know, they're relying on basically the Earth Spirit and the Storm Spirit to make all the plays, maybe potentially play around the rock, but you know, Spectre doesn't offer a whole lot in terms of fighting. The first minutes or so, Warlock, he's basically an all bonds. Jin is not gonna have an amazing. I do think it's kind of scary for Liquid, you know, if they can make it to 30-35 minute mark of this game. Alliances have a much draft here.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of summed up with the way you're speaking about it there, is that, you know, you talked about this, to get the 35-minute mark looks good, but you didn't really highlight who's going to be able to make the space for Liquid. It seems like it was meant to be this Legion line, but as you said, it should be a good lane for bot.
And it might come around this mid lane. There's a roll here by Taiga. It's gonna miss. It really does look like looks like either, you know, Kuiper had his morning, or Limp is just kind of had this morning coffee a bit. Or heavily favoring.
I think Limp under his desk, crack open a can of what they're sponsored by, and go until it works well, because that's what Tiger's doing, is going in. Drag back's good, and they'll clean up the kill into this team. Now, we have seen this before, where Storm Spirit, he just gets one kill, and with a ganky type
Radiant's
boss
middle
ball,
tower
which is
is
definitely
under
what Spirit
attack.
is, it does tend to snowball. That has been the pattern for the last few months.
Yeah, I mean, I would like the Lion maybe to one kind of important being ready to rotate. I feel like that's a much better rotation. Having this Undying for the Dying happy, I think, in it. Bottom lane just quite happy down. Even potentially rotate. Happy down there, just bullying this Legion commander, stacking this. Lion can kind of be the one.
I was just gonna say, was it maybe the regen perspective, right? Because he did get a big heal off the Soul Rip. Otherwise, maybe Limp has to back to base. But I guess you're right. Like, if they rotate the line in, there's a chance for maybe a kill as opposed to a, hey, I'm basically just your walking stuff.
Yeah, and he still just has to walk back bottom, and it's kind of awkward. Sometimes this, you know, sometimes the idea is that you want to save this guy mid, but by doing so, you're actually alleviating pressure from the other lanes, which means that they have to feel as uncomfortable about the lanes that might be loose. That then the focus comes on the lane. It's about there's some give and take, right?
Yeah, you're shifting resources from somewhere to defend.
Exactly. Yeah, and you have to walk that kind of a thin line.
Yeah, and I guess you're sitting there like, well, it's not like S4 is going to be forced out of line shift towards the bot, while the other side of the map is, like you said, you know, you can pressure box it pretty hard. We've already highlighted the Legion kind of wants to be dictating further game at the end of the lane.
Normally.
Mid, it's happening again though.
Radiant structures.
And the rotation from Hans is going to be far too slow, or is it Limb? Actually staying alive, they're going to turn around now. Not able to find a kill. Both supports from Alliance coming to the mid lane for this, and Limb is still almost dead. I don't think he's got any regen coming either. It might just be a walk of shame.
Knight's such an up.
Still blocked. Any blood to spill. You can just already see like Tiger's still lurking around. If one of the forts steps up, they'll die. And even if they don't get that kill, now Quick already being at level 6, you know, he's gonna get level 7 before Limp. He's gonna start to feel pretty free on this one.
He kind of committed to this one.
That,
I don't know about this.
you know, that's flying a bit too high there, Maverick. Good pick. Nothing Tiger could do to save the day either. As both supports stay in mid like this, it doesn't seem to be hurting Alliance's outer lanes in the slightest.
No, Alliance's side lanes are self-sufficient. Even Nico might potentially kill down here. Yeah, I mean, S4 obviously, it's a Warlock Spectre, you know, Bloodseeker. Can't really pass you. Thirst, it's affected up.
Spectre though is getting involved in it. They found Limp immediately after maybe getting a little bit too cocky. Quickfor says no, I can push this advantage further as they pick off them
Dire's bottom
again.
tower is under attack.
Both mid kind of playing it up a bit. Have maybe more backup than they do.
Who does this hurt more though? Like this back and forth, does it benefit Quickfor more because Limp's maybe meant to have tempo setup?
Yeah, I feel like Limp should be having a better time than he is. I think that it's gonna. He's still the one more farm, so better trade.
Well, now
Making a
Limp,
rotation bottom there.
he is. Easy pick on the box. He can't really run this one off. It's coming too hard. I mean, you might commit the exorcism. You have rotated down here, but it seems like Lim wants to hold on to it, which means he's got a long walk back.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm curious.
Oh no.
I've seen this. It seems to be kind of the trend on all laners to. I'm not sure how I feel about this.
Radiant's middle tower is
There's a
under
Legion
attack.
to Vessel. I don't think it's Vessel game. Yeah, the Urn has some. Like sometimes the players tend to. They, you know, it can become useful. Can prove useful. It's just sometimes people tend to do this. Whatever is the trend, people just follow.
Well, it's more like it's the cookie cutter thing, right? Like for a while, it was always offliners must always get pipe, and you know there might be a game where actually it'd be really good if I rush the blink,
is under attack.
but it seems
Dire's
all the
middle tower
time. I
is
guess
under
the
attack.
interesting thing to bring up is that Legion you mentioned is going to have that dispel. I mean, S4 is going to kind of be giving it more value because now he's going to be available on top of that. Focusing down a target might be different.
Yeah, I'm just curious, you know, I feel like you could invest more in pure laning. Especially when you're against a Spectre and a Warlock, you know, who can't really pressure you whatsoever.
They're getting pressured too much now. It gets that kill. He needs to be quick to try and get the power. I guess like this is what he was saying before, right? It's much easier to connect to this lane and pressure it out. Whereas Legion, you've always got that risk that he grabs the wave of overwhelming odds and then.
No, this I mean this rotation makes.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
You're gonna get the tower here. Have quite.
Maybe they can get us.
But yeah, I feel like S4 has some good chances.
Radiant's bottom tower
I
is
got
under
off for the
attack.
goal. Matter.
This is the way we keep seeing Earth Spirit at the moment, right? It's always picked alongside this other mobile hero, usually another Spirit, so that when you miss that roll, you don't get punished for it because the follow-up is right behind.
Dire's middle tower
Yeah, the
is
storm.
under attack. Dire are scanning.
Taiga's gonna kind of annoying. But down here, they might get a kill here on FN. Very well be the first duel winner.
Tombstone goes down. He says, okay, if you're going to dual win me, it's going to cost you. Rock's been thrown out on the box. He quick for. No, able to dodge the stun. He's out of mana as well. miCKe, baby. With the casual clicks, they're just going to run him down. It's a 2-for-1 exchange. They do get the dual win, but my god, was it expensive.
Yeah, they get the position 5 on dying. Kuiper once again getting caught there. He tried to destroy the stun. I don't know if he had the.
Tower is under attack.
Uh,
Dire's structures
it looked like he was
are
about to dodge it, but mechanics don't.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Remember,
attack.
when in doubt, just step far away. At least that's what I've learned. Maybe in this game he needs to be more efficient with Banner though. And you know, that's going to come along soon. He is getting close to that Orchid. Then these sort of pickoffs on him maybe be that one.
Dire's middle
Good baby's
tower
going for
is
this
under
pretty
attack.
builds that often not.
Radiant structures
Why?
are fortified.
There are no immediate threats right now to him. It's you know, it's kind of understandable. He just wants to be a great boss and going for this status resist. Might see him try some of the other items, but if any, you know, game is a good Sven game out, it's a very nice game to have this very strong.
You think if you're the Sven in this game, you're
Radiant's
very comfortable
bottom
with the
tower
idea of
is under
scaling
attack.
the late game against this Warlock Spectre combo, or is that a little bit too maybe?
I mean, you don't want to scale. Not like you want to go. Like, you don't want to fight the Spectre at Abyss Manta Skadi.
Radiant's bottom
There's no way
tower
you want to get
is
to
under
that stage.
attack.
That stage, pretty much always just a loot battle. Spectre, unless there are other elements.
Oh, they got the rock. They're going to turn around with the Horn, the Dragon as well. They snipe one out. Earthspirit is down, but Hansen's going to die. Doing split up damage, and Limp is also going to fall. Metal Bomb's just doing too much work. They'll turn around with the duel on the FNG. Get 3 for the price of 1, and another duel with this one feeling a little bit more worthwhile for Liquid.
Yeah, just kind of overcommitting there. Kind of power of Switch Draft game, you know. Air Spirit, he's sort of just a bait, we'll call it. Get the haunt. Easy team fights for Liquid there. And I feel like, yeah, Alliance, they're kind of overstepping. I mean, Limp still kind of have an impact. But yeah, this Sven,
Gonna kill. Every time he comes down here, it's to find a nice big chunk of change in the form of the hero kill. Once again, it's going to be the case. We're going to turn around the Orchid, moving in. Roll, dragging, make sure that it connects. The damage follow-up looks good for the Zork to sustain his voice buff. Almost dead, needs to move away. Able to do it quickly. miCKe, baby. He's going to have another stun available. He'll throw it out on the Tiger. He doesn't get the big spirit he's looking for, but he'll at least get the Earth Spirit. Now they can take this tower as well. They have got the exorcism, but it's low enough that they shouldn't need it. S4, Quake was... Alright, S4. Nothing like diving past the tier 1 and the tier 2. He's not going to let that one get away.
It looked by all means that fine.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
No, but the Sven, he's, you know, there's gonna be some nice timing for him. Up this axe now after the... Perhaps feeling like he has to go. I mean, the thing about it is the status resist. Status resist and the extra strength, the extra lifesteal, that's what's so... Just going for this. Fine, the attack speed is not all that necessary right now. You've got them.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, I guess that cheap form of status feels good in this game as well, right? Like, if you think about the stuns you're playing up against, it's silences, right? Other than that, it's a duel. You can build a BKB, but it's not going to save you from it.
No, but the lowering the duration of the duel,
Dire's middle
of course,
tower
feels
is
very...
under Radiant's bottom tower.
You don't want to be controlled.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Unless he's isolated.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's
and the good thing is you can kind of play a little bit more risky because you do always have FNG with these soul rips to kind of like clutch save you if you get caught. They have a part as well.
Dire's middle tower
this time. He's gone for the pipe next, so he's actually speedily farming towards his next item. I mean, he's third in net worth now.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit scary for Alliance though. This Spectre is quite farmed already. Well on his way to got the blade map.
Radiant are scanning.
Helps quite a bit.
You just get the most perfect item in the early phase of the game. Usually we're talking about things like the tree for a Timbersaw or a Mars. It's probably the best hero for a format. Bot on in with a duel. Double win for Fox. The up to 30 damage now. That is going to be his Blink reveal. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Silence comes out. FNG is going to fall. Storm Spirit, they haven't got the stun control. The Silence coming out from Tiger stops miCKe baby in his tracks. Two big ultimates from Alliance used. I don't know if they're going to find it. No, they don't. They didn't quite see Earth Spirit behind the tree, so big prize for Alliance, and they're the ones hemorrhaging kills and getting nothing for it.
Yeah, and it's Spectre, he keeps farming, and they are not a fun game to play.
Tower is under attack.
You're against Spectre, you block. Horse are incredibly squishy. Never really gonna feel really comfortable in this. Spectre gets a few levels.
Whoops. I was gonna say, as they're gonna learn again, I think Foxy had I think he maybe clicked on his map there as he was about to dual hand again next to 3,500. Probably would have led to blind death. I think you're right. Like, you think about the way Alliance draft plays, like, there's a Sven game, but it's the supports that don't want this game to go later. The later it goes, the worse it feels for them.
No, Alliance definitely don't want. They want to be pushing. The low box here. I really don't know what's... yesterday, I felt like he had... Fuck, and... It was like very clean this...
I remember the
Alina? Alina, I think it was? And
yes, yeah. Yeah, he was all over the place making kills happen. Does it feel like they're more kind of playmakery heroes type compared to...
I mean, they are a little bit more fast-paced, and you know, maybe that suits them a bit better in their lane as well. I do think Death Prophet should be good in this one. Surprised.
on strange and DP playing over. Hex coming out on miCKe. Won't get isn't going to be able to be used. Still on cooldown, but Hex takes through, keeping Insania away. miCKe brought low. They've almost got him. The duel's going to come out. Turnaround kill. 1 for 1. Both boss lives dead. Buy back out for the Warlock. Rupture thrown up. Sven's already dead. Alliance, their attempt is going to fail. The Rock's going to get dropped. Limp in a bit of trouble. We'll be able to find the kill to Boxy. They will find Tiger as well. But for what you were looking for what you committed, you feel like you didn't really get the better side of that fight if you're Alliance.
No, just look at the... He's got the dragon. He's got Manta, he's got Blade Mail. 0.50 damage, pretty much from just Dispersion and Blade Mail. He didn't even use Blade Mail actually.
No.
It's just Dispersion damage. And yeah, they don't manage to bring down the Spectre. They lose their Sven. Yeah, the Warlock bought back. It's a little bit annoying for you. You kill the Spectre right now. Scotty, I think hard for Alliance.
Great. Like, then your other option is what you try and drag it out until the point where you can maybe afford a Silver Edge on one of these heroes, but that doesn't feel like a good prospect. I mean, maybe once they've got the BKB on miCKe, baby, but that's still so far away. I don't know if you can afford to wait. As they smoke and move forward, Boxy has been seen. Sure if they can get him here. They're going to commit more spells. It looks like he's being left alone. Liquid do not want to defend him. He'll turn and stand his ground, which is final on time. Nico, baby, he's losing this one. Boxy! Way too much damage coming out. They have to turn around, regroup, and ensure that they do not lose their Sven to a duel in a 5v1.
Then I think he kind of needs some armor here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But it didn't really result in him getting more kills. That's when it starts feeling a little bit awkward. Ideally, you want this attempted SNY, now it's just wanted to kind of pay off, but it really didn't, and now he's stuck with this item, just the casual. He needs to get to his BKB, he AC, he Daedalus or desperately needs some items.
It feels like an S's inventory, but not an S in the game right now. As now with an Aegis, maybe they can do something, because it looks like Liquid are unaware and out of position, so they shouldn't be able to contest this. I say that. Someone is TP in mid. Quickfuck could go for the long ball lightning, but if he does, it'll be his death. But it looks way too late here. Ping it out, but not gonna make a difference. Alliance able to finish off the Roche. God Strength is under half duration now, so if you're Alliance, you just want to get out without having to force a fight.
Yeah, I mean, the awkward thing for Alliance here is actually both DP and quite terrible for Aegis, you know. They go down, you know, the old down. They're not that scary anymore. Bloodseeker, but Aegis carrier here, still the way as far as itemized this game. There's no real point in giving him the Aegis.
Yeah, he shouldn't really be dying first as well. The way he's built, the guy's got the pipes, too well defended. Maybe it was kind of denial Aegis, right? Like Storm Spirit with it is very powerful. Sure. Maybe Boxy got his hands on it. You just right-click your whole team down after what we saw last time.
I mean, they have the two best. Of course, they don't want to give it away.
Oh, big lead. Jump on Amigo, baby. The horn's going to come out. That's the first life gone. And a dual win for Boxing out to 70 damage. Trying to get rid of the tombstone. miCKe on the side has been ruptured up. He could just stand his ground. They're going to drop the rock. Limp has to retreat. No Exo for 60 seconds. It's backfire for Alliance to get worse if they try and regress. They'll allow Liquid to walk away from this. And they give away the Aegis for nothing. You get the rock, you get the horns, but can you actually make a move now?
I actually think that really... Yeah, they lost the Aegis. Just said, like, you don't really care at all about this Aegis. Wasted rock, and they... Incredibly strong fighting tools at time that Alliance have to go.
That's
making something.
Well, that's a fair point, actually. Yeah, the Exo's coming off cooldown. You got God Strength as well. It's kind of like now Liquid need to be scared. Boxy realizes it's too late. The TP isn't going to get him out. Finger to the face along with Stormhammer. Puts him in.
I don't know. I'm just looking at this Lion. You know, of course, it's nice having these tools to table against the Storm, but it's only manage to net your kills, and you're gonna be an incredibly squishy target for this game. I don't know, I just feel like this is a scary position.
It's like, imagine if this was back when Hex couldn't be dispellable, right? Like, you'd be like, okay, this Lion's going to be pretty handy as the game goes on. But because you have got that strong dispel on the first of the attack, it feels like it's really critical for Alliance to find the Legion at the start of the fight, or make sure the Legion is nowhere near the start of the fight.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, and that's also why you see Bloodstone here by the Legion. We'll see. I mean, the way Boxy has been playing, he's sort of being this, trying to look. I'm getting some Rambo vibes here.
Yeah.
Some, you know, I'm going in, guys. You know, he's racked up some dual damage, but he's also got a couple deaths to his name.
Yeah, you just imagine the moments where he's like, oh, cool, a free dual kill. And then they just realize, okay, he got the dual, but now he's into the team. We're going to lose boss. It's kind of funny the way that he's been able to play this game, because this kind of way he's playing it is usually what we see when a Legion has like an amazing start to the game. Starts to rotate across the map time and time again. But you know, if you go back to laner phase, it wasn't that great for us. Oh, big up. But look at the return. Horn comes in. Hanskin's out of mana, so you can't help. They'll be able to run S4 down. Takes quite a while because he's a bulky boy. There won't be another duel win, but it will be 2 for the price of 1 again. But it was your Horn. And remember, Alliance, they've now got both the Exo and the God Strength available. So they might look to make a play as soon as the 2's dead or up.
Yeah, but look at the Spectre though. I think this game now is, I don't know, it's looking very, very grim for Radiant, I would say. Spectre, he's gonna get to his Skadi now. He got the 2 health talent. Gonna set at 3.1k HP. Doesn't even bother going for this. Although it could be very nice. Well, he's just going for this butterfly. Get butterfly and then potentially Abyss. Just this butterfly alone, it's gonna mean the Sven can barely kill you as is. With this item, I don't really see him dying.
It's disgustingly efficient to keep stacking effective HP in this type of game as well, right? Like, you know, you think about the way these fights happen. Magnetize being thrown around, you get the fatal bonds down, and then Spectre kind of runs in and says, you have no choice but to hit me. Yeah, there is a decent amount of kind of uncontrolled damage for them, whether it's the cleave on the additional targets, whether it's the Exo or the Bloodseeker. miCKe could just end up killing all of his opponents simply by running around while ruptured at this.
Yeah, this person is just incredibly efficient. I don't know, it feels like... The way it feels like, if you're Alliance right now, this Sven, he feels like I need to deal 1,000,000 damage, you know. And these 2 supports, they just be like, shit, please, don't haunt on top of me.
Deal 1,000,000
don't
damage,
haunt on top of me.
Oh,
Don't haunt on top of, you know, it's just...
Oh, yeah. It's also the case, like, if the fight does happen on your side because they horn, it's like, no, Sven, don't! If you hit him now, I'm going to die to the dispersion. It's quite a rough game. Not really any way you can help yourself against the evil. Yeah, baby, hunting forward. Uh-oh. Zania.
Torn from my
It's like, yes, another one. Soon I will be able to finger that exact same target every fight.
Is under attack.
Oh, Foxy. He's going to go for this now. The duel's going to come out. There's going to be a Horn. Exo gets thrown out, though. They do bring down the Sven. Fly back out from the Warlock and right into the fight. Silence gets thrown about. Magic Immune targets kind of offset it a little bit. Storm Spirit needs to retreat for the moment. miCKe stands his ground and dispersion damage being spread out amongst them, though. Bloodright trying to turn it around, but X4 realizes there's too much damage. He chases deep, but miCKe just killing them through his defenses at this rate. Moonaway will finally die on the side. But the price for Alliance, everyone wiped. Just to get a kill on that Spectre.
You see this, the hero damage here? Just it's dispersion damage, right?
You saw him at the end, right?
He doesn't even bother using his blade mail. He's just like, nah, I don't need the blade mail. It would be too much. It would be unfair, you know?
It's a friendly handicap, right? It's like when you keep eating your friend in Smash, like, man, he seems a little bit rubbish. I know, I'll take like 200% damage.
you know, it's just like it's Spirit Siphons. There's some Rupture. There's like all of these spells just on top of the Spectre. And yeah, he does go down in the end, but all of Alliance they go down. I think the duel was really nice. I think, and this is also like you see Nico Baby. He's got this 12 armor. When he uses Mask of Madness, he reduces another 4. So I mean, he's sitting at like 4 armor against this lead. Just killing yourself.
Like well, he is. Like, see the way he's trying to itemize, right? He has to go for this Silver Edge after what just happened. But that means you're not getting something like the AC. You're not dealing with your armor issue. You haven't really got anyone on your team who's helping you with that armor issue either. It's not like you got, for example, a Solar Crest builder. Because of the way Bloodseeker's going. You know, he's going towards the Ags next, which is an ambitious choice considering what just happened last time you ruptured miCKe.
Yeah, and it just feels like there's too much weight on me. I personally, I'm not a huge fan of the way I itemized this game. We went a bit too much into supporting. I mean, I would have liked to see something. Of course, Bloodseeker doesn't build the same way the Legion does, but kind of the idea, at least behind Boxy's play, has been to be able to make kills on scale, right? I feel like this is a game where you, as Bloodseeker, are allowed to. Such a good start and such a good lane. I feel like you're allowed to go for meteor, try to become one of these right-clicking cores. You can do some hybrid build where, you know, still buy your some supporting items. You know, Solar Crest would have been an amazing item this game. Help a ton down the Spectre, just helping the Sven, and it lets you scale.
It comes back to what you said though, right? When you started with this urn, you're like, I'm not sure about the urn in this game. It's that kind of almost become the staple type of build for Bloodseeker, right? Like you think about the Veil, you think about like either a Pipe or a Lotus, and then afterwards is when you sometimes see the Bloodseekers kind of get some independent thought about what they want in this game. But at this point, it's kind of like you look at Escor's build, it just feels like he said in for a penny, in for a pound.
Yeah, and at the same time, you know, Limp as well. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it just looks like he's got to wake up a little. The mid lane, I feel like, you know, Limp is kind of renowned for his laning prowess. That there's gonna be another kill on the hands of top.
Someone's racking up 150 dual damage now. What you mentioned, right? This phosphor line can't really safely clear waves. Someone has to go clear wave. Like, who does that on Alliance, right? Is actually a big scary part. Because of the way that Liquid play the game, every time we've seen Alliance try and split push, they get killed for it immediately.
Yeah, and you know, Limp, someone kind of being a good laner. I think this matchup at 50. Way he played it, it looked very unfavorable. There were rotations from Taiga, but okay. Yeah.
Radiant's top
Alliance not really able to sort of play their draft. I feel like the way it was intended.
I'm trying to remember back to what the like vision was on the mid lane in the first attempt. I think it was kind of a little bit defensive, if I recall correctly. They didn't have these kind of, I'm going to predict the Earth Spirit rolling in type ward placement, right? Like, when you're against an Earth Spirit as well, what's the number one thing he's going to try and do in the game? It feels like the reason you pick this hero is so you can rotate. Now
there's the butterfly.
He's on strength.
Here.
They're throwing everything for this.
Really good opportunity to kill him.
Yep. He's all alone, no one to help him. It's going to be full lining in now, but it's too late. They've already lost the Spectre. Heal's going to be there. Duel's going to come out, but Spencer's BKB running, so he doesn't care. They're going to stand their ground. Boxy almost gives over the duel damage. Won't in the end, but Limp gets a double kill. He's finally getting some change in his pocket, and they're going to chase forward 100 for more quick. They're hit up by the Rupture. Nice battle way to save the day right as it ends, though. Taiga doesn't look like he's going to make it out himself, but he gets the important one out. They at least keep Quick for alive. The price might be high, though. As with this Exo, they should look to just try and pressure on the high ground. It is coming to an end, as is the God Strength. But with these heroes on the sideline, this is probably the best opportunity Alliance is going to have all game.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's gonna be this pesky storm, though.
But no, pesky enough.
Finding the Spectre there, obviously. Yep, for Alliance. We're gonna find Rex here, Bush. Up.
I go hunt for it. There's
might
a
have
horn
time for
available. when they're up in 30, so it could be slightly risky.
I mean,
but you have to take this up.
If they manage to get this Roche, them in the sense that at least they deny it for Liquid, because I do think that if Liquid get the hands kind of out of reach, they're not even gonna scout it. So double damage bottom
Dire are scanning.
could also be used to fight. Oh, Liquid will play a little bit more cautiously here. Likely the Spectre getting caught without buyback there, he realizes that, like, oh shit, had they gotten this or whatever, you know, they could have maybe even just gone for the win.
I mean, it's to be expected, right? After that previous fight from miCKe, it's the bristleback mentality, right? I cannot die. And you know there's going to be this big kind of whoopsie daisy coming because you feel like you can go anywhere alone. There's no way they can possibly kill you. Now, they're in the pit. The scan's going to come out. It seems like Alliance want them to go in because they've got their cooldowns again. Both the Exo and God Strength are available. No, faster. miCKe does a lot of damage. Rupture thrown out into Tiger to keep him still on the side of the fight.
Porto.
Jump on S4.
In a little bit deep here.
I mean, he's tanking all the damage. He's able to do it. Pipe will sustain him as well. miCKe gets stunned up on the side. They go in with the Exo commit. They need a finish. It's going to be a jumping box. He goes to the duel. Straight on to miCKe, baby. They're trying to bring him down. Wheeler's able to get through. Sven is dead. FNG in too deep. The Magic Plate spread out the damage, but it's not going to be good enough. Buyback comes out for the Bloodseeker. But it's a triple kill already for Foxy. The right clicks are fierce and Limp trying to sustain through this. Yule's buy some time. They need to back him up right now. Bloodright will zone away Liquid. They're able to retreat away from this. S4 chasing in. They're all low and he loves it. The zombies chasing around. The finger's going to be their hand skill on the back line. Gets silenced up though. He can't fry any stuns. He's going to be controlled up and killed. He's dead. That's his buyback. Into the dieback. With that, coming out of the end, Liquid, they might just look to clean up 1-2 kills and go back into Roche. If they could, because the Limp was able to snatch it up in the end. And now, they're going to try and take it away from them. They'll be able to get through the first life, but once again denied that crucial Aegis. The question is, are the gains afterwards still good enough? As Liquid, they take the first life. They're going to be looking for the second one. And there's no way in hell Limp gets out alive. He's going to go down dead for 85 seconds. Does have buyback.
Yeah, they in the end there, they give up the road.
That's what I'm looking for now. I think it got gobbled up in the midst of the fight. Yeah, it looks like it did.
Yeah, but I mean, Boxy's starting to become... I mean, he's starting to become like a really scary core here. He's got 180. He's got the AC. Anytime, the cheese is actually in the base alliance, so they're gonna have that for potentially Limp. But you know, he's much able to just go every time now on the Sven. Then he just jumps. Likely he's going to get that duel.
Yeah, he has to. You have to be quick on the fingers. If Vigo Baby is not paying attention for a second, doesn't hit that BKB, we see what happens. Like, if he has the magic immunity, we've seen he can fight back even under these duels, even under duress. That is the critical details. They don't really have any good clutch save on Alliance. The best they've got, which wasn't too bad at Wild 2 moments that fight, is FNG's Soul Rip. Now also with the Guardian Greaves. So he can sustain you a little bit. But as you said, Boxy's just become a Karen himself. You know, he's getting closer to that level 25. And I got a feeling we might just see a dual damage bonus selected.
Yeah, if we get that far, then I would not be...
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Got the AC. Destruction, 180 extra damage. Some fierce.
She's a beast. This is what you're looking for there. That's...
Dire are scared.
I mean, it's the comparison. Like you said, this is the type of style you always see out of S4 this game. This is brawler type. And you saw the way they start that fight. S4's role is kind of zonal and throw spells deeply. Kind of runs in and begs for someone to hit. It's quite the masterful approach to fight.
The Insane actually has managed pressure orb top of this force. Double golems now, potentially triple golems once he 20.
Can we just like highlight the value that Liquid got out of the tier 1 items? You mentioned that poor man's earlier. And they got, like, you know, they got the shovel as well to farm up. And then the second phase, just getting their hands on that Philosopher's Stone with a Warlock
Dire's
here.
top tower is under attack.
Early phase, I am definitely seem to have went the way of Liquid, I'd say.
Yeah, they definitely did. I think then he got the
jump in, Fuel, straight away, in, and Limp is gone. Fight back to the comeback. He's got the Exo TPing across right now. S4 sustained on the front line. miCKe get out. It's a little bit deep. He has got BKB. BKB's going to come out. Front target goes in. They force out the BKB. Link was chased forward with the Exo. Nico able to side stand up. Going to be brought down. He's dead. 85 seconds about the Sven. They don't even care about the Magic Immunity. Limp chased on two next. Eats the cheese. But this is going to be his dieback. They're not leaving him without the kill. And he knows that he's going to fall. 115 seconds about your DP. The only one they can't find in the end is S4. But now, with the creep wave slowly on its way in, you know that Liquid are just going to try and eradicate this base.
I mean, this game is... There's no buy that need that. For 50 seconds, you're gonna take at least 2 sides.
Radiant structure.
1 or 2. Even if you don't get the, everything that you want at this base, you can see that the Alliance, there's no fight back. This Sven, he was full HP. He was starting to man fight this. The Legion was at maybe 30-40%, but the Legion still beats him in a fight. Yep, there's just
it's because he fought out on that kill break as well, so they knew he didn't have buyback. They saw that iron. But I mean, props to miCKe for going for this BKB. They called the GG. There it is. They knew it was over at that point. Like maybe if they held an S4, there was one last fight. But I just want to say huge credit to miCKe. Like it looks like such a simple game, but you see so often when